Big news, we are doing some stuff just to get the car ready because tomorrow I'm getting tuned with Admin. Okay, so a little bit of preamble on kind of like why I chose Admin over someone like Z1 or Soho. First off, if you guys don't know, I'm in Texas and so is Admin. I think they're the only remote tuner that I know of that's at least big or has a name behind them in Texas. So being that we have similar climates, I think that since he has more experience with that, I should be able to get a better number for where I'm located with the atmosphere and the climate that I'm in. On top of that, their work is incredible. I mean, they have some world record breaking cars. I mean, so does everyone, to be fair. I mean, Z1 doesn't really, but like Soho has some world record breaking cars. But I think Admin's had that longer and been in the game longer, to my knowledge. So I just want the name that I know better. And most importantly, finally, I would say, you guys didn't see it. I'll put what clips we have up. It was a really messed up process. We did Burke resonated test pipes on the car last weekend. And Admin is the only company that I see advertised that does a CEL fix. I don't want the check engine light just because I mean, you don't want a light on your dash for no reason. And I think he also will tune more aggressively for not having cats. And I don't want to be dealing with someone that cares about carb compliance when I'm in an area, a county, a state that doesn't really care about emissions compliance. So I just want as much power as I can get for what I spent my money on. And overall, I think Admin is the best option for me. Maybe if you live somewhere else, it's closer to Z1 or closer to Soho. Like if you're in a northern state, I think Soho would be the best option. If you're like in the East Coast area or West Coast area, maybe Z1's the best for you. But for me in Texas, I really think that Admin will be the best option, and I'm really excited to work with Monsef. I did. Gotta take off the
MAF sensors.
Yeah, I gotta take out the MAF sensors. Looking down here where the intakes were, we can see the demon bolt on the top of the cat. I know it's blurry, but it's that silver circle right there. And over here we can see the same thing right down there. That's the demon bolt. We're gonna do that last because if you don't, then it's impossible to get out. So we're gonna go to the bottom and start working out the exhaust and the other bolts. While Logan is getting the mid pipe, I'm gonna come up here and get the O2 sensors off. Oh my good God, dude.
What?
Oh. Mid pipe's off. O2 sensors are out. Now let's get this little bracket off of the cats so we can actually have them free. And then we're gonna get the bolts that connect it to the headers. We need another extension, I'm not gonna lie. No. Bingo. Sender. You can see it right there. I have a smoke tester hooked up. We're gonna make sure I don't have any vacuum leaks. Then we're gonna check the exhaust, make sure nothing is leaking anywhere that needs to not be. After that, we're going to do some baseline performance testing just to see kind of how much it changes before and after. Probably gonna get some 0 to 60 and maybe like a 60 roll, maybe a 40 roll, just to show you guys before and after. And I'll do the same thing after we're tuned, just to kind of compare. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the PCV line right here off, and that will give us a spot to put the vacuum or the leak tester in. It's definitely a two-hand job. So we're gonna stick the vacuum tester in there and blow smoke in to make sure there's no leaks around the throttle body, around anything basically post-MAF. And then make sure the MAF isn't leaking because that can be a problem. These don't have gaskets or anything, so we wanna make sure that they are good and tight. I haven't played with that yet. I actually don't know how it works, so I'm gonna figure that out as we go. I'm kind of thinking first things first is to pull the little fill plug out and put the actual line in it. Okay. And now I think we have to connect these to the battery for power, and then we're good to go. Battery's hooked up. It's definitely turned on. I don't know what mode it's on. Oh, it's smoking. Okay, cool. Go in the hole. Okay, there we go. Oh, that stinks so bad. So now we're just kind of waiting to see if there's going to be a leak pop out. Using the flashlight to kind of help me here. I don't see any smoke coming out, but I also don't know how long I need to wait. I've got smoke coming out of the filters now. I don't know if you can see that, but I can on the video. So I think it's definitely good and full of smoke, and I'm not seeing any leaks anywhere. So I'm gonna call this side good, and we're gonna try the other side. Okay, cone in the hole, and then connect the battery. and now we wait. It's been going for a minute, and I'm not seeing any leaks. There's a little bit of smoke coming out of the filter, but I'm not seeing any leaks anywhere around the throttle body or anything really post-math, so I think we're good on intakes. I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but I've got that exhaust tip taped off. It is more or less sealed, and I've got this. The smoke tester came with a cone to fill in larger spaces, so I've got that hooked up right here, and we're going to turn it on, and then I'm gonna look under the car and make sure I don't see any smoke. It is on and blowing, so I'm gonna go look under the car in a second once it's full of smoke, and we're gonna see if we have any leaks. Okay, so right there on one of the muffler gaskets, I can see a pretty significant leak. Pretty cool how it just kind of dumps the smoke onto the floor and keeps it there. So I'm gonna check the rest of the system, see if we find anything else, and then we will tighten that up. Alrighty. Let's see if that's still leaking. Got a new, very insignificant leak right there around the tip. I'll see about tightening that down later, but it's not that big of a deal. I'm gonna check the engine bay and make sure that the test pipes aren't leaking. And I'm not seeing any smoke. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see that one. It's right there where that silvered bolt is, but I'm not seeing any leaks from up here either though, so that's great. So I just got done with the first set of data logging. I had an issue with not having one of the custom maps he asked for. I just went ahead and did it to make sure that he had everything we can get to get something done at least. Waiting for the first tune to do a revision, and then hopefully everything goes smoothly and we will have a fast-ass Z. Doing it themselves, just looking for information. What I had to do was just record idle and then basically just do some regular driving to get to the spot that I needed to get to. And then he wanted a 40 to 70 in fourth gear from whatever RPM that is, and then he wanted a third gear pull from 3,000 RPMs to 7,000 RPMs. Okay, tuning is done, only needed one revision, so great. I mean, I have a pretty simple setup, so that makes sense. We're gonna go do some testing right now and see how much the performance has changed. Alrighty. So all in all, the experience with Admin was super seamless, really easy. I just had to sit there for a while and wait for some tunes to come in and then plug them in and we were good to go. Car is definitely faster, but I'd recommend them if you're in Texas or any hotter or southern state. Definitely go with them. Admin's great. Monsef knows what he's doing. He's been in the game for a long time, and yeah. Well, obviously, the data that I got as far as 0 to 60 and the 40-year-old wasn't the greatest. The weather's not great right now. The roads aren't ideal, and temperature is just not there for traction. It's great for IATs, not great for traction, so take everything with a grain of salt. I think it'll be a lot faster, and I'll make sure to do this and update it and show you guys what it actually does with traction and maybe a little bit better driver mod later. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching.